gang stalking program called Government Gang Stalking Torrent Videos. So those that watch my other live streams know that I've talked about being a torrent individual, which means I'm the target of a secret persecution called gang stalking of torrent individuals. I've been targeted more than 10 years. And me, I'm a Christian being targeted with this. A torrent individual, Christian torrent individual, which means I'm being persecuted. A Christian being persecuted. And unfortunately, I've seen a lot of Christian ministries participate in this wicked, evil, satanic even, I'd say, which is like a degree of evil. If something gets evil enough, you could say it's satanic. So there's several Christian ministries that participate in this government gang stalking persecution program, targeted with narcissistic dog abuse tactics in the videos. The Bible Church is one of these churches, gang stalking churches that target with this domestic terrorism program called gang stalking. Rafi Gone is not one of these narcissistic abusers that's targeted with narcissistic dog abuse tactics in his videos, working in tandem with the program that in real life over here in Sweden. Jack Smack is another Christian gang stalker. So Rafi Arnold, gang stalker. Do the Bible Church gang stalkers. AK Perps. Jack Smack. So do the Bible Church, Rafi Arnold, Jack Smack. Robert Breaker's talking with narcissistic dog abuse tactics too. So I'm a Christian being persecuted. Rafi Arnold has started me for this persecution program called gang stalking. So has do the Bible Church and Jack Smack. You can take it or leave it. Thank God my eye has seen his desire upon them that hate me. I've seen do the Bible Church after cursing them and doing imprecatory warfare and asking God to go to bat for me and do unto them as they have done unto me and things like this. I've seen them reap what they've sown. Where is this wrath, God? Yeah, where is it? The whole head is sick. Heart attacks, brain damage, people getting sick. You know, all the things that I've either came close to or are more likely to suffer physically. Brain damage. This program gives you brain damage. They've poked a hole in my tooth. This program has told me physically it's a war. It's not just harassment. They got a dentist to poke a hole in my tooth on purpose, like Cersetza. This gang stalker program is a modern day global version of the Cersetza program, and towards Cersetza received purpose and correct medical treatment. So I went to a dental clinic, and the dentist poked a hole in my tooth to give me a tooth infection. That could give you heart attacks and strokes. Okay. I don't know if that was around the time where Duluth Bible, one of them died of a heart attack. Being at the sea, God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that will also reap. You sow wheat, you reap wheat. You sow heart attack inducing, working to abuse God's children in ways that are has almost given them heart attacks and stroke. And the targeting will give you brain damage. I'm not surprised you reaped brain tumors. Leadership. The whole head is sick, Dennis Roxy. The whole head is sick. Yes, it is. We're Philip Warman. Where is this? Some people make it sound like the wrath of God. Yeah, back when I used to be like, yeah, just wait, God's gonna deal with you. Some people make it sound like, where's the wrath of God? Where's this wrath of God? Yeah, where's this wrath of God? Heart attacks, strokes, things like this. So be not deceived. God is not mocked. Okay. Where's the promise he's coming? Where's the promise of his chastening? So if you're Christians, it's like, okay. So yeah, I can tell that Jackson is miserable. He's not a Christian gang stalker. And it's like, yeah. It's like, you sow to this fleshly of the fleshly corruption. I'm not surprised that you come across as miserable and unhappy, like super bitter. And you're not being persecuted. I have more happiness and joy in my life than most Christians I see on YouTube. They just come off as depressed compared to me. And they're not being persecuted at all with the program working to make them miserable and attack the mental physical health. So, anyway, here's the point. Rafi Arnold is one of these Christians, so-called, that target for the program with narcissistic dog abuse tactics, which means in several of his videos he's targeting with narcissistic dog abuse tactics. Anything from veiled threats to gaslighting, and it's all very subtle. Okay, so I can tell what he's saying, but other people can't tell that somebody's been messed with in this video, actually being targeted. And that's how people target for the gang stalking program. So Rafi Arnold targeted me for this program. Do the Bible Church has targeted for this program. Poochie Jones, Tom Stegall, Dennis Roxon, when he used to work there. He's retired now. Another man has taken his office. So that's the point. Robert Baker's also talking with narcissistic abuse tactics, and Jack Smack. So, Now you know, if you become target with this program, now you know. They're slaves, see? They're slaves. It's like they're holding with the course of their wickedness. It's like they're not gonna, it's like once you start taking orders, that's like a Rubicon, see? Once you start taking orders to target another Christian for this program, you've crossed the line, see? And it is damage that can't be undone. And once you've worked, it's like working with the mob in the movies, a commitment with the mob, a commitment for life. If you start working for this persecution program, then just not going to let you go and be like, okay, you're a slave. So if you start working as a Christian for this program, telling other Christians, you're a slave. So I'd rather endure afflictions as a person of God than the pleasure of sin, sinful submission to favor for a season, and it's but for a season. So Andy Woods is another one, and Brandon Holthouse. So it's more like the rule and the exception that Christian ministries will target me if I subscribe to the channel, so check out the videos. So here's the list, and if you become a target video, I need to warn these people. If you become a target video, like I am, a Christian, and you become targeted, these people target you. If they get the order, they target you like they target me. See? So do the Bible Church, gang stalking church. They're domestic terrorists is what they are. Because they're working, I don't care, I'm not even going to get into that. I don't have to prove what I'm saying. Like the people targeting me never proved my guilt of anything, and they've been abusing me, working to harm me physically and psychologically. So if I want to say these guys are guilty of this, I don't have to feel like I got to prove anything. See? I don't all have human rights, God-given human rights, or none of us do. So, do the Bible Church is a gang stalking church. Raphael Gaughan is not one of these sellout gang stalking pastors. Brandon Holthouse. And I want you to remember this too. If it gets to a point where I really like snap, okay, that most likely never would have happened if it hadn't been for these people I've listed, if they hadn't been targeting me. Because that really has gotten to me more. The pastors, Christian pastors, whose job from God is to edify, and they work to do the opposite. So, and I've also given them the chance to come and answer what they've done, Andy Woods, to fly to Sweden and come answer what he's done. Okay? And do the Bible Church leadership. They had more than like a year. Okay? So, anyway, there's lost children of Satan that work for this program in this life. They're going to be in the room with me, telling me. And they might not feel as comfortable as you do, telling me over the internet. Especially not being lost. See? Because lost people are cowards. So, here's the point. And God will know the guilt that the Bible Church has, and Raphael Gaughan, and these other people. Okay? So if it gets to a point where I really reprove somebody here, and here's another thing. If you hear that I got locked up, I lost my temper, got put in a psych ward, you can count the fact that the person that I lost my temper had raised my voice or something like this, and they're like, oh, he raised his voice and put in a psych ward for this. You can count the fact that somebody worked for this program. That either in the moment where I reacted to it was targeting for this gang stalking program with narcissistic dog abuse tactics, or had before. Okay, and they finally got confronted about their past behavior. So, Myron May made tapes about, he was a Christian, could be a fake. He made tapes and sent it to news stations and said this. I have my YouTube channel, I'm not sending this anywhere. So, in case something happened to me, I get taken out. Now, he went on a spree. I'm talking, if I get taken out by the program, it's like I've said what I want to say before. See? Because I might not get to speak about what happened, give myself the story after. If I'm like one of these, next time I say I'm going to have a plumber and the program gets talked to by the gang stalking persecution program, and he shows up in here and he's doing narcissistic abuse to my own home, and I react strongly to that. And it's like, we need to put this guy in a psych ward, started cussing out the plumber, saying he's an agent, stuff like this. Okay. Well, I can say what I want now. Okay. And it's like, you know that if you hear I lost my shit at somebody, I raised my voice and cussed them out and put in a cycle for it, that they had been targeted with narcissistic, they were abusing me in the moment right before I reacted like that, or they were part of a program, or this person has told me repeatedly before for the program, and they finally got confronted about it. So, yeah, and also remember that these Christian ministries, pastors, that Tom Stegall, Philip Borman, and Andy Woods, Raphael Arnold, I've been telling them they've had the chance to come and answer for what they've done on behalf of this whole program's work to destroy my life. They've had the chance to come and answer for what they've done. They've been abusing me criminally, illegally, wickedly for a program that also works to target me in real life here. And I give them the chance that they can come and answer. Christian pastors are supposed to be bold and courageous and save going to heaven so they're fearless or something like this. Okay. So it's been more than a year and they've been nowhere to be found. So if a lost child of Satan has to answer for it, working for the same program that you work for, that's been working to give me brain damage and destroy my life for all these years, that's part of context too. That for years I'd be like, yeah, Tom's the God of the Bible Church, you would never talk like to me in my face. You can come ask what you said, what you done, or something like this. See? So, anyway, beware to the Bible Church, Ralph Hink Arnold, Brandon Holthouse, Andy Woods. These are Christian ministries and pastors targeted for this gang stalking persecution program. I've been taught for more than 10 years. I gotta finish up.